Oh, why did you have to do this to me, my sweet prince? Either way, welcome back, everybody. I want to thank you all for joining this fine evening here. Today, we're actually going to look here at the enemy of my enemy here, the actual rewards of this season here. Now, if you don't know, currently this season is actually a smaller season than that of the previous seasons, which usually are roughly around 90 to 100 days. They give you about 75 levels of rewards here, and they cost about $10 to get in here. You know, typical stuff here that we've had for a couple of seasons now. Now it's changed. Now it's only, what, 50, 60 days now? With only about 50 levels of rewards here. And actually quite a few of the rewards are actually being repeats of last seasons, or the first seasons, I guess, in this case. Which, definitely a bit interesting here. So let's go ahead and go over all the rewards here. See if they're actually worth your time, yay or nay here. Although, first things first. This Uncle Graham reward here. What is with that face? That is not a face of a weathered man. That is like the face of a claymation of a man and a baby mixed together here. Petrified with wood ash. It is terrifying. What is this face here? And it's hilarious too because like his face is completely different color than the rest of his body. Like his face is ashen white. And then like everything else, like normal tan skin complexion here. Like did this dude just like face plant into a pile of cocaine prior to get his portrait taken here? Okay, cool. Thanks, mate. On that, we also got a nice little logo here. Okay, not too bad here. At least it actually gives you, I'm guessing, the level of each season here. So, yay. It's kind of unfortunate that the enemy of my enemy season here doesn't actually share a level with the Syndicate faction here, which actually is a mainstay, or sorry, not a Syndicate faction here, the Founders faction here, which is a bit interesting here. I'll have to actually see here once I actually gain a level here. Does it actually give me levels to the previous faction here? Because if that's the case, But my guess is it's probably not actually going to do that here. It's probably going to be its own separate leveling system, which, boom. Next, we also got this craft in progress. Nice little sticker here. Oh boy. Unfortunately, you will have to buy this. Next, you got a nice little armor part here. Does actually look pretty spiffy here. I do like the fact it's still a quite narrow part here. Only one cell thick here. But very, very long here. Great for actually trying to, you know, armor out your car or extend some length onto it. And pretty average mass and durability here. Not too bad. Nice little paint here. Looks pretty good here. I'm pretty sure it's actually similar to that of the yellow grid paint. Didn't we get a yellow grid paint here last season? I actually might have actually got that. I got the yellow gloss here. Yep. It's essentially the orange version here of the already existing yellow paint. So they changed it from yellow to orange. Cool. Thanks. Next, we also got the blockchain here, the workpiece. Now, the thing is, they won't actually give you directly the blueprints from the last season. They're going to give you the blueprints here, but with a caveat, in the sense that you can only craft it 4 times here, and that's it. You don't get the permanent recipe unlock, like the rest of the people got when they first actually got into this season here, and actually treat it like a permanent. So right now, I can actually craft this an unlimited amount of times here. For the people in this season, you can only craft it 4 times here. So if you didn't get the rewards from the first season, you ain't getting it now. Cool. Thanks. Thanks. At least it's free, though. You don't have to pay for it, but I guarantee you they're gritting their teeth when they decided that. Next, level 7 here. 100 coins here. Not too bad here. Although based off the fact that the coins here... Oh, yeah, now they transitioned it over into this weird cross-crown system here, which... How much would that cost here? How much does 2,000 cross-crowns cost? It's $1,500 for $100 here. So it's, what, 15 cross-crowns per... dollar here. So let's go ahead and pull out the calculator here. So let's see, 2,000 cross crowns here. So let's take a look here. Actually, let's just directly translate it here. So if we got 100 coins here, divide that by the 15 here. So you get roughly approximately $6.67 or just $7 in coins for this. I'll be fair, it's actually not that hard to earn 100 coins, especially if you have things like premium time here, which I've actually had someone comment that they actually are no longer buying premium time because it got more expensive, which I can understand here. Next, got some new headlights here, which actually do look pretty spiffy here. Hopefully these things actually do light up with the light key here. And has a nice little flavor text here as well. Very nice, very nice. And you also get the extra outside pair here, so you get left and right. Pretty swanky. Might be a bit awkward since it sticks out so far, so you actually might not want to have it. Because the thing is, artificially increasing the width of your car really makes it hard to turn some corners, especially if you do it sharply. Next, we got 2 of the arguments here, which is quite nice. I do appreciate the fact here that they're not doing just a single weapon whenever you're leveling, because a lot of these weapons, you need multiples of them to actually make them useful. You can't just have one. So the fact is that you're getting 2 here, very nice. Very nice. You don't have to buy them for a lot of cars now. Because 8's pretty good for a low power score car. And again, we've already went over the stats of it, but it also now has an extra 10% durability here, which, bumping it up from like, what was it, 187 up to 201? Not too bad. It's not really going to do much, but cool. I guess an extra like 1 or 2 machine gun bullets. A projectile charge time minus 13% here, so that's really good. And the spread's been reduced by 17%. So these are all like absolutely fantastic fusions for this. So if you want to get the argument and you're really fiending that, Battle Pass probably will be the way to go here. Nice little heavy load sticker here. The thing is with stickers, like, I never really find them interesting here, so maybe someone for the sticker fanatics here might be like, oh yeah, it's fantastic. Got a nice little part here, the excavator plating right side and the left side here. So can join into one little reward here. Very nice. Next we actually have this cool little mercenary container here, which either gives you 50 coins or a CK. Although I'm actually not sure what CK it is, because usually the parameters actually show you what is inside the crate. But for some reason it doesn't here. Cool, thanks. Next we have a nice little background here, which is different than the, I believe the logo is what this is called. Yeah. So now you actually get a full set here. Very coolio. Again, about another $7 in coins here. And technically we got our first quote-unquote unlimited blueprint. But as you can imagine here, Tarjam said these blueprints are only activated during this season. What the fuck? Just simply, what the fuck? I guarantee it's going to get the video demonetized just swearing, but legitimately, what the fuck? I don't want to scream here because that'd be rude. But I still don't get the whole method or madness around trying to artificially limit something that's already extremely limited to begin with. Because you have to remember, this is not a traditional faction or anything like this. This you cannot earn after the season, which only lasts 2 months here. So if you're not here for this season, congratulations, you will never be able to craft it. Never. That is unless they release it with another Founder season next year, which maybe they might do here. But even then, that would only be in a very limited capacity, and guarantee you, also not able to be crafted unlimitedly. So the fact is, the fact they transitioned over from this unlimited crafting regimen to this limited crafting regimen here is still just immeasurably annoying, because especially considering they gave no like valid reasons. The only reasons they gave was just so that, hey, now since these parts are limited here, you're going to actually be able to respond to market demand and actually craft these items in bulk and sell it for a profit. But the issue is that only happens because a meta changes and you actually balance change around that. So if these developers never actually make these weapons meta, that's completely moot point to begin with. And then B, that also still requires players to upfront a lot of money into crafting these parts, waiting for around them to be crafted, and then crafting them, which for a lot of people is not really going to be the case a majority of the time. And on top of that, it also requires them to be around here when that happens, which it may be a very limited window, or may never be at all. And on top of that, that's also just an artificial limitation. You can still do that even when demand spikes if you had unlimited crafting parts, because guess what? It still takes time, still takes resources, still takes money, still takes initiative to do it. So the fact is, they still didn't like create demand magically by limiting supply here. They did not create demand. Demand, I mean, for any sort of like economics explanation, demand is just kind of like innate. It doesn't actually change, quote unquote, to supply. I mean, yes, demand may go up if supply is incredibly cheap, but demand generally goes down when it gets more and more scarce here. So when it becomes super, super scarce here, not a lot of people are going to be clamoring for it. Especially in this game where demand is primarily driven not of how much of it is available, but it's primarily driven based on how good the weapon is. It doesn't matter how good the weapon is, if it's, or how limited the supply is. If it's still a crap weapon, no one's going to want to buy it. That's the reason why Aspect, Toadfish, Tsunamis, all those are still like abysmally cheap weapons, despite being quote-unquote legendaries with limited or not super high supply here. But let's go ahead and take a look here at the bought for max values here. Let's take a gander here. Wow, Tsunami, still a supply of only 21, which is still a very low amount of supply here. Yeah, look at that. Wow, that's a crappy ROI and a very low price here. Same with the aspect, same with the assembler here. Look at that. Hammerfall, at least supply is up here. But you can see that supply and demand are still not driven by anything other than what is meta, not by quote-unquote supply and whatever's available to craft here. So the argument from them is completely mute on that point alone. And I mean, if I want to be the ultra-cynical person here, we all know why they're doing this, why they're limiting the supply of this thing here. Because again, it will artificially drive up the coin cost here, and for anyone who actually wants this either to be for completionist sake here, or for to satisfy their curiosity here, guess what you're going to do here? You're going to have to come over here, purchase cross crowns, and then purchase coins. So it's like layers and layers and layers of scum on top of each other. Just 1,000 layers of scum. Why do they keep doing this? Why do they keep doing this? My god. The more this goes on here, the further this game strides away from its original intent here, and the more it's going to like peeve off its player base. I mean, there's a reason why Gromec999, one of the most popular crossout content creators to ever exist, maybe asterisk compared to Entech, who Entech, I mean, still the viewer count his videos is, but even compared to him, one of our most popular crossout creators, end up abandoning this game because of his vehement disagreements with the monetization system of this game here. And he made his comments and his thoughts about this game very public on his Discord, and I've even talked to him a couple of times over DM. So, and again, this is just going to do the exact same thing for other content creators here, especially for those who heavily rely on this game like me. It's just going to drive us away to try to find other games here, which, ironically enough, I'm doing. So, congratulations, Targem. You've reaped your own benefits here. And again, wow, cool. Thanks. You give me the temporary augment work pieces so that I can do it off season 2. How generous. Oh my god, Targem, you can bite my ass when it comes to these changes. Say bye-bye to my promotional account here. Again, bootstrap at 17 here with special changes here. Reducing mass and explosion damage by 25% here. Still doesn't tell us the actual, like, raw, actual damage amounts here, blast power amount here. What does it even compare to the gas gen? I mean, I assume the gas gen's super high, but again, it still doesn't tell us anything. So, gas gen. Yep, 2 from peak, and the other one is, like, what, 3 in total? Yeah, so much less damage, but very heavy and very bulky. As you can see here, based on this, I mean, look at that. It's like a 4x4 cube here. It's huge! Absolutely huge. Actually, no, it's a 5x4x4 cube. Oof. That's a very big boy here. 5x4x4 cube. Dang, son. Also got a nice little sticker here. Congratulations for all you sticker fanatics. Although, to be fair, I really can't tell a lot of these stickers apart. They all look the same to me. Previous parts here. I mean, the fact is, half these... I gotta imagine half these season rewards here, just previous parts here. So, let's see. 1... Let's see. 2, 3... Let's take a look at the other ones. 4... 5... So 5 out of 50 here are repeat parts. So nearly 10% of this season, if you've already played it, is completely useless to you. That's funny. The seasons are 25% less of the size. We're losing 25 levels here. Or I'm not even sure what that'd be. What is 50 of 75? Would that be like a different amount here? Oh, I can't even tell here. So what would it be? So it's only 67% the size of a traditional season here, and 10% of that is taken up by repeat rewards here. So let's times that by 0.9 here. So we just literally get 60% of the rewards here for half the time, twice the price. I mean, it's like a good value proposition here. Sure, it's technically more money, quote-unquote, per season, but per dollar amount, it's still much less. It is still incredibly much less. I mean, you have to remember, on Targem's side of things, it's still all about the dollar per unit of effort they put in. And for about 60% of the effort, they get twice the price here. So, you can see this is still a great value proposition for Targem here. Especially the fact that, too, a lot of them now are just throwing in items that you can earn passively already. Which I'm actually wondering, does that reduce the price of the blueprints here considerably here? So the past 2 weeks... Yep! The price of these has dipped. Ooh, God, I gotta be frothing if I'm like one of those people who maxed out their slots for blueprints and exhibition storage, I gotta be pissed right now because I just like burnt a couple thousand coins for no reason. Oof! Look at that, they actually increased the rewards here of the in-game coins here all the way up to 200, so pretty interesting here. Oh, cool! And they actually made the blueprints free! Oh my god, that's... okay, that's actually pretty cool. I do appreciate that here. It's gonna be great for anyone here actually getting into this game here. It's gonna be a lot of blueprint storage. That's also gonna suck for anyone trying to craft those. Right now, those things are gonna be an awful proposition to craft for a long time. I mean, this thing essentially just killed the market for these things, which can be good or bad depending on who you ask. Alright, cool. 200 coins though, pretty nice. And again, the generator here, the bootstrap, with no one really going to be using this. And the fact is, too, the fact they made these things 2 reward tiers here is hilarious. Like, this should honestly be 1 reward tier, because essentially it's like, here's a crafting recipe, next level, crafting recipe again. Alright, cool, congratulations, you just gave me a single crafting recipe twice. And you have this for multiple parts in the expansion here. Cool. Next, we got the Destructor here. 2 of them this time, which is going to be very nice, especially for any Leviathan builds. Next, we got reduction in the mass, reduction in the reload time, and an increase of the rate of fire. Oof. I mean, if this thing just had a straight up damage increase, that'd be perfect. But range of fire is still incredibly nice, and that reloading time, oh, this thing is nasty. That is just nasty. Oh, it's going to be so good. Next dead-end sticker. Again, I'm still having a really hard time telling all these stickers apart, because legitimately all of them are like triangles or squares. They're all triangles and squares in their yellow border. They're all so hard to tell apart here. Got a new logo here. Looks alright. Got a couple of nice little fenders here. Look pretty sleek, not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna slap this on the front of my car whenever I get the chance, whenever I'm designing again. And again, 5 of the storage expansions. Ooh, it's behind the battle pass, but still, that's a lot. And how much is the price of this dipped? From a peak of 340 down to roughly 316, 319 right now. So, not the worst. But damn, once that actually comes around here, once people start getting to level 30, people are going to absolutely... oh, and the fact is you can trade these things too. Oh, it's going to be a huge surplus of money for a lot of people. So the fact is, the fact they're giving you so much of like these consumable items here is artificially, I mean, not artificially, it is increasing the value of this battle pass a lot. A lot here. Because traditionally to buy 5 storage expansions here is incredibly expensive. That's over 1,000 coins here. A couple thousand coins here. So that's kind of nice here. Next, blank cover here, which is a... oh, it's a hubcap here. Okay. Not too shabby here. Very spiffy. Next, and then the blueprints again for the Destructor laser. Next, we got the Parser here. What's the fusion here? Durability plus 10%, reloading time minus 9%, and the range of fire plus 15. So pretty much the exact same thing as the Destructor, except with the mass change out. So pretty interesting here. I guarantee you everyone's going to want to take durability over mass any day of the week here, especially considering how light these weapons are. I mean, sure, not the lightest weapons, quote-unquote, to begin with, but I'm sure everyone's going to want durability over everything. But cool, nonetheless, not that bad. Again, still does not tell us how many projectiles there are here. Really need that information here. Really need that information here. But again, still great. And the fact it gives you 2 of them, also very nice. Gonna be kind of hard to tell. There you go. That gets it. Get 2 of them. Excellent. 5 of these epic stabilizers. Again, still useless trash to the majority of people in this game, except for those who are like really high end here. But alright, cool. 5 of those. Taking up an extra 5 slots in your inventory. Just kidding, don't take up any inventory slots, but still useless for a lot of people. Next, you get the Omnibox workpiece here. So, yay for people. And you got the front tender here, which makes it kind of look like a tractor, to be honest. You got the nice tractor and grill. Pretty cool, though. I'm not kind of curious, though, as to why there's 2 radiators here. Because this is the radiator, and that's a radiator. Huh. Next, we got the CK of the power drill here, which, ooh, looks very nice here. It takes up the shotgun for the mace here, which, if you don't know, that is, I think, the shotgun from the Lunatics faction here. So it's this one right here. Very fancy boy. So get a nice little CK for that. That actually looks pretty dang spot on. That I do like. That's a good reward here. Next trigger, workpiece. Again, boo. Also, extra 30 in-game coins. The fact is they're gradually going up instead of just doing it 100 times. That's what I was thinking it was going to do a lot. I thought Tar Jump was just going to make, like, half the rewards coins, and then just do that, like, 7 times. But, alright, cool. The fact we got that. Again, more blueprints, and they're selling the blueprint twice. Thanks. More coins again. Okay, wow, the coins only 3 levels apart here. And more stabilizers here, which, again, requires a lot of money for you to utilize, so not really worth anything for a lot of people. Got the back end here, which I'm assuming is a bumper. Yep, 90% contact resistance, a little bit of damage, and decent durability here. And we got the perforation plate here, which actually kind of makes the armor here. This actually be great for any sort of like stepping stone or ladder up to the cabin here. Does also look pretty slick on your car as well. Not too shabby. What else do we got here? The CK for the Annihilator here, which this honestly looked pretty dang badass. Although unfortunately this thing was glitched out and couldn't be used on the majority of builds here. So I actually wonder if this thing has been fixed yet. And if you actually looked on Treeburger's live stream, there was a huge visual glitch with this. So I wonder if this is actually going to be fixed here, but still very cool looking. And again, previous blueprints. It's taking up another level here. And the amusement ride here. Interesting here. And you probably did a small and crumbly one. Interesting. So I actually wonder if you actually ride into this, if it actually, quote-unquote, shreds up your car, destroys it. That'll be interesting. Like if it's a harvester, you place it on the ground. So kind of fun to mess around with. And you get the funny, fancy-looking Maximus. Looks pretty slick. And then 20 coins. Interesting. 20 coins. I thought it was 25 previously. Was it 25 previously per level, or was it 20 previously per level? Either way, though, pretty interesting. At least now you actually get a lot of extra rewards. And I'm actually curious if overall, though, comparatively to previous seasons, if you actually added up the monetary value of all the items in here, if it actually is similar pricing. Just based off the raw number of the coins and the fact is you get a lot of these storage blueprints, that's probably going to be worthwhile for the majority of players here. I mean, just the sheer number of coins. I mean, it looks like what? You get 400 plus 300, so you're up to 700, 900. So you get 1,100 coins here. 1,100 coins plus whatever you get after level 20. So you get a lot of money here. And then throw in a couple of thousand for the little armor parts here. It's still going to be a huge sum of money here. Especially when compared to these packs here, which are incredibly expensive. So you're actually earning a decent chunk more coins by doing the season here, as always. Which again makes sense. They want to sell it, so they're going to make it worthwhile here. But how do you guys feel about the season rewards here? Are you guys a big fan of it? Yay or nay? Tell me down below here. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.